Hello and welcome to the Hindus database coverage of the Lok Sabha elections. Let's now head on to Andhra Pradesh, one of the key southern states. Interestingly, Andhra Pradesh is one of four states that is also having assembly elections being held at the same time, apart from Lok Sabha elections. Now, Andhra Pradesh is also some kind of a unique state in the sense that the parties that are in the fray and are prominent there are regional parties. Of course, the Congress is trying to make a comeback, but is still a marginal player, and the BJP is in alliance with one of the regional forces or one of the regional fronts that is in the fray. You have the YSRCP led by Jagan Reddy, which has been in power for the last 5 years. And if you look at what happened in 2019, the Lok Sabha elections, the YSRCP romped home with a significant margin. They won close to 49% of the vote share. They won 22 out of 25 Lok Sabha constituencies, while only 3 seats were won by the Telugu Desam party. The Congress vote share fell to almost nothing. It won just 1.3% of the vote. If you remember correctly, Andhra Pradesh, the United Andhra Pradesh was one of the strongholds of the Congress party, and that had actually catapulted it to power in 2009. But after the splits in the Congress and also the bifurcation of the state, Andhra Pradesh is one of the states where the Congress has been relatively weak in South India. Now, let's go look at what happened in the assembly elections last time, which was held at the same time. In the assembly elections also, you see the YSRCP doing very well. It won close to 50% of the votes. The Janasena party won 5.59% of the votes, but this time Janasena party is contesting as part of the alliance with the TDP and the BJP. The TDP won 39% of the vote last time. The BJP was not much of a force. The Congress was also not much of a force. So what is happening now? Has the YSRCP encountered anti-incumbency problems? Is the TDP trying to make a comeback? What role does the BJP play as part of the alliance along with Chandrababu Naidu's TDP and Pawan Kalyan's Janasena party? Will the Congress, because of its induction of Jagan Reddy's sister and YS Rajasekhar Reddy's daughter, YS Sharmila into the party, is it going to be some kind of a revival for the Congress? What's really happening in Andhra Pradesh? To answer these questions, we go to Sumit, who is the Chief of Bureau in Andhra Pradesh, who is based in Vizag. And Sumit, welcome.
Good evening, Srini. Good evening.
So quickly, we'll start first with assembly polls in Andhra Pradesh, and then we'll segue into the Lok Sabha question. What is really happening in Andhra Pradesh? Is the YSRCP facing anti-incumbency wins, or is it still managing to hold on to some of the votes that it received in the 2019 elections, and is it giving the alliance of the BJP and the TDP and the Janasena party a tough fight?
There is anti-incumbency, but the fight is going to be tough. It's going to be to the post. I mean, it's a touch and go for both the alliance, that is TDP, JSP, and BJP alliance, as well as YSRCP. So either we can't say. I mean, right now, we cannot predict anything, because it is the chances that if one of the party wins, the talk is that they will win with a very slim majority. Okay, so maybe 5-10 seats like that. So it is tough for both, tough going for both, and both are fighting it out. And yes, anti-incumbency is there, but YSRCP is holding on to it to some extent, because they have this DBT schemes have been successful. So rural areas will be the deciding factor.
The voters will vote in similar lines in both the assembly and the Lok Sabha elections when they are being held together, or will they hedge their bets and vote differently in the Lok Sabha elections while voting in the assembly elections?
No, it's going to be different. Assembly is going to be different. Lok Sabha, because Lok Sabha does not make much of a difference, because 2014 experience. I mean, what we had is that that despite being in alliance with the central government NDA, nothing much that really happened. We can the Naidu could say off. So again, coming back and talking of the double engine growth, that is one aspect. But the people are really not convinced to that effect. I think so, and. So voting pattern for assembly will be little different, but Lok Sabha, I don't think so that for parliament election they will go for based on since BJP is there with us, we will go with this party, or BJP is there with that party, we will go with that party. It will not make much of a difference.
So you are saying the regional parties still control the narrative in Andhra Pradesh, and
Yes. They control the narrative. And BJP, if you look at BJP as a, per se, their vote share itself dropped from 2014 4% to below 1% 2019, and they have not made much of a headway as of now. So they're fighting it out, and they have gone into an alliance with these people. So let's see. I mean, it may also have some kind of, people are saying that there come a negative impact, that minority votes may split for TDP.
how about the Congress? The Congress, hit a nadir in 2019 and all in the both the Lok Sabha and the Assembly polls. But has the entry of Y.S. Sharmila made any dent in their fortunes? Is it contesting any seat, and is it making the contest in any seat, or that's not happening?
No, she's contesting. No, she's contesting for Kadapa MP seat.
Kadapa well contested, or it's Sharmila not that much of a player there?
So Kadapa is the only seat which Congress can look forward to, because if you look at other history, predominantly it has been a Congress state from 1956 till about 84, when Ramarao launched his TDP party. Then it was flip-flop within both the parties. Then 2014 and 19, they drew a blank. So almost, I mean, they become redundant in the state. But now with the entry of Sharmila and the narrative that she's, the speeches, fiery speeches that is giving around, so there is slight movement traction on the Congress side, and they're not looking at this election. They're frankly saying that 2029 we may be a major force. But Sharmila is the only person who can make a difference in Kadapa, because she's contesting against YS Avinash Reddy. Avinash Reddy is one of the key accused in the Viveka murder case, and it's become a family feud in Kadapa. So that is the only place, and TDP has floated a candidate. There's a saying that, from fight between both the families, the TDP guy can gain out of it.
My next question is, the YSRCP is one of the parties which has been dependent on heavy investment in welfare. In fact, some would say that their spending has been beyond their means as well in some respect, but it has been a very welfare-driven party. And we have known that in states like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, etc., welfare plays a major role in deciding voter choice. So, why is there anti-incumbency despite this humongous investment in welfare?
No, see, what happened is that, there's so much of investment, or so much of focus has been on this DBT or welfare schemes. There is the anti-incumbency overview among the people that development has been neglected. Okay.
Right.
Now, the Jagannath Reddy government counters that we have done this, we are doing this. But overall, if you look at roads, sanitation, industries, or employment, if there is investment, employment will be there. So, infrastructural development. Overall, the development part has hampered. So this is one thing that the alliance is also saying, that we are giving welfare, but what Chandrababu clearly said is that I have not tied up with BJP for winning this election. I have tied up with BJP for my future. I'm going to look at central government, double engine growth, a triple engine growth, whatever they say. So I'm looking at BJP after post-election for development of the state, because he's also promised a lot of freebies. Okay. So that part is development, employment is the key factor for TDP to push that card.
Let's talk about the TDP. Now, the TDP, Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, he has a yo-yo kind of a career. I mean, when he was the Chief Minister of United Andhra Pradesh, when he came to power, he came up to power with a large margin, and then he lost in 2004, famously during what was called the India Shining campaign. One of the he is a darling of the media, and he's known to be a tech-friendly chief minister. He lost elections, but he made a comeback after the state got bifurcated, and then again lost power, and it has been a difficult period for him in the last few years. He was recently arrested. Is there sympathy for him for his travails, and are the people looking at him as an alternative in terms of he will bring the development that Andhra Pradesh needs, or is it still an uphill battle for him?
No, it is an uphill battle for him. It's not going to be easy for him. He's going to fight it out very hard. The main factor is that though there is a top level synchronization of the leaders are there, the ground level, is picked up, but not to the desired effect, the cadres at the lower level. So the vote transfer has to happen, JSP to TDP or TDP to JSP or BJP to
Right.
other two parties. That is one aspect that he has to look into it.
Right.
But people, Chandrababu Naidu has one thing, is that he's got image of, the CEO image, what we say, the CEO image. He's got that after Hyderabad, Cyberabad, people believe that, yeah, if anybody can do something really great, I mean, IT sector or any industry sector, if Babu can do it, that image is still there to some extent. Whether people will still believe in it and vote and bring him to bring a change back, bring him back, is something to be seen in the coming days. I mean, it has that's what he's been harping upon also, that because last election is logo, you want development, you must give Babu a chance. So he linked himself. He always links himself to development. So that is one aspect that Babu is looking in. But what transfers to happen? Otherwise, it will be difficult for him to really make it up.
Sumit, the other thing is, like let's say Tamil Nadu or other states in South India, caste also plays a major role. Apart from other issues, caste plays a major role in Andhra Pradesh. Can you explain to our viewers how the caste differences and clan differences are playing out in this election, and which are the castes that are that constitute the bedrock of support for the YSRCP, which are the castes that are the bedrock for the TDP and of course the Jansena party. Can you just tell us, the viewers, how this is playing out?
The caste factor has always been a factor in Andhra Pradesh. It was right from, especially from TDP's time, that 1884 onwards, the polarization have taken place in Andhra. Right now, the dominant caste are Kapus. They're almost 22% of the total electorate. BCs. And these two and of course, if you look at I was saying the other day, there were around 25 chief ministers in AP. Out of that, 18 are from Reddys or Kamas. Okay.
Right.
There was one Dalit and one Brahmin, like PV Narasimha, like that. But basically, the dominant, though their percentage of electorate or percentage of population in the state is very minimal. I think it's around single digit. Okay, but they dominate the politics of the state. Okay, but these two, these Kapus who have a 20-25%, and the BCs around 50%, they are the people who are the vote bank. So both the Reddys and the Kamas, the Kama-dominated party, try to woo these voters whenever there's elections. There is a saying that right now that we do not, Kapus being a dominant caste, we do not have a Kapu chief minister so far. So that's where Pawan Kalyan comes. Pawan is Kapu by caste, okay, and he's been shown as champions for the Kapus. But even Jagannathan Reddy also very nicely what he had done. Wherever there is Kapu leader, he's posted pitched a Kapu leader in the opposite. So they tend to split the vote. So yes, caste play is going to play a dominant role. It has played and is going to play a dominant role in this elections also. And Kapus are deciding factors, because in Andhra Pradesh, though Rayalaseema, if you divide the state, Rayalaseema is predominantly a Reddy-dominated region, the YSRCP bastion. And if you look at the coastal region from Krishna Godavari down up to Srikakulam, it's TDP-dominated region. Okay, but this is the deciding factor. For the government, this Uttarandhra and from Krishna to Srikakulam.
My last question to you would be this: that during the last 5 years of the NDA rule, or rather the last 10 years, let's focus only on the last 5 years. That's when the YSRCP was in power in Andhra Pradesh. The YSRCP maintained some kind of a neutral stance vis-a-vis the central government, but at the same time supporting the central government on key issues, and adding being like a buffer for the NDA, despite not being part of the NDA. And it's very clear that Mr. Jagannathan Reddy seems to have friendly relations with the BJP, at least in the last 5 years. But now the BJP has aligned with the Chandrababu Naidu government. So if you look at what is happening in other states, right, wherever the opposition is trying to make a mark, it is trying to make a mark on issues related to unemployment, related to price rise, to development, while the BJP is holding very strongly because of its performance on the Hindutva front, like the construction of the Ram temple and his unalloyed devotion for Hindutva, and how it is it has won tremendous support in the northern regions, especially in the Hindi heartland. How is that playing out in AP? Or is these factors irrelevant because assembly elections are being held together and people are judging this primarily from the lens of what is happening in with respect to the local politics of Andhra Pradesh?
No, seriously, thing is like this. For BJP, assembly election Andhra is not a very relevant issue. Okay,
Right.
they wanted a presence, because they were the last party to tie up with TDP and GSP after much persuasion. Okay, they really wanted. Initially, they said we don't want to tie, we want to go alone. Okay,
Right.
for BJP, Andhra Pradesh assembly is not a factor. For BJP, the Lok Sabha seats, the 25 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh is the factor, and they now very clearly that whether it's TDP who's coming to power or GSP coming to power, the entire 25 seat will support them in the parliament either directly, since they're in India now, or outside support. And that's what they have done. Whether TDP or JSP, if you look at CA bill, presidential election, vice president election, the Delhi as a civil servant, four major key issues. It is because of this Andhra's MPs that BJP had sailed through. Okay,
Yeah.
so that is they are clear in the thing that we don't. I mean, we are not. We are looking at 2029 for assembly. We are not looking right now. Right now, they know very well that 25 seats are in their kitty. So who wins, who doesn't make really different. Okay, because both Babu and Naidu have to align with Modi, whether it's for different reasons. You know that. So
Yeah, Babu and Jagan Reddy, you mean? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, Babu or otherwise ED will knock their doors. So
Right.
that is clear with them. They are going to tie up with center at the center level. Whether even if Jagan loses, he's going to pitch his MPs for that. Even whatever MPs 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, whatever he gets, he's going to pitch it for them. So for BJP, the Lok Sabha elections, rather I would say that I think one MP might have a chance in BJP because the contesting is 5 MP seats, I think. Otherwise, it doesn't make it much of a difference to BJP as far as both the governments are concerned. TDP or the alliance partner or YSRCP, they are tuned to BJP. And Jagan Mohan Reddy rhetorics also have not been very powerful or very very rash against Prime Minister Modi. Neither Mr. Modi's was very corruption. They have been talking of the small issues, fine, but I mean really not very serious about it.
Thank you, Sumit. Thank you for joining us.
The Hindu has an in-depth interactive that looks at the state-wise and overall results of the 2014 and 2019 Lok Sabha elections. It also looks at the phase-wise voting trend of the ongoing 2024 Lok Sabha elections. You can filter the results for population density, regions, performance of turnouts, reserved constituencies, and so on. Please scan the QR code to access the interactive. The link to the interactive is also provided in the description.